Hey, what's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are talking about PC gaming in 2025. Should you build your PC this year? Should you get into PC gaming? Well, hey, I can tell you this. There's no better time than this year, right now, from where you're sitting or viewing this video to get started. I gotta tell you, I've been doing tech and being indulged in this world since I was like 4 or 5 years old, playing on Windows XP, breaking into that login system that you could do back then, and of course learning about the older Windows versions prior to Windows XP and seeing things go from Vista to what we call Hackintosh or Macintosh on a Windows system. Figuring all this stuff out, seeing how tech has developed over the years has been really exciting. And gaming on PC back then was a lot harder and a little bit more exclusive than it is today, and I would say it's not as accessible as it was back then than it is now. Obviously things cost a lot more today than they did back then in the early 2000s and late 2010s, but without further ado, I want to share you guys why it is the best time to build a PC this year. So we'll go ahead and get started right with some of the amazing things that happened launching in 2025. We have new graphics card, the 50 series. I think this is one of the biggest jumps in graphic card technology since going from the 10 series and to the 30 series, honestly, in that time frame there. This is one of the biggest leaps, I believe, and that I fare in both engineering hardware wise and also moving us into the next age of graphics fidelity, right? So a lot of exciting things both on Team Green as well as Team Red. So looking at the AMD GPU and of course a slew of CPUs that have come out over the past few months as well as leading up into this year. Obviously all these CPUs came out last year, but leading into 2025 you have a ton of options from both budget gamers to guys who are ready to build their second computers, right? And to those enthusiasts and purists that want the best out of their hardware and tech when they do sit in front of their computers to play and enjoy and escape from the world that we are in, or just hang out and play with your friends and enjoy some of the new games or videos and to create things, right? So AMD's unlaunched 9070, right? Still a teaser. We get a ton of leaks. And of course you have the very popular gaming chip, the 9800X3D. And of course we won't talk about another brand, Intel, which I believe I have that slideshow here somewhere. But another good reason to build a PC in 2025, aside from the CPUs and the graphics cards, is there's a ton more variations of design cases out there to make your own builds and your own, I would say, section of the house or a piece of your room that you can make your own, right? Really express yourself in the bright different colors. Back then it was really just black, gray, maybe dark blue. You'll have those weird like bright red colors. They would have some awkward yellow colors and things like that back then. Those big huge Origin cases, I don't know if you guys have been around PCs that long to really understand this, but if you look up big Origin cases or Origin PCs, dude, those things were massive. You would have disk drive bays that you would have keys to lock and unlock and pull those things. You had floppy disks and things like that, and we've come a very long way from case designs to now and to the tech that goes in and out of these cases. So some top best in show here in 2025 in the PC Mag CES show. Something for you guys to check out. Thermaltake has some pretty popping colors. I love their designs. I might do a build in one of those cases depending on that. And of course, Height is another big desktop case manufacturer that you guys should take a look at. A lot of cool intricate designs there that they've really pushed the envelope on case designs the past few years, thus pushing the other case manufacturers like Corsair. Of course, Thermaltake is another one, and NZXT, which we don't want to talk about this year. They've done quite a bit of damage out there to the consumers. But here is the untold, unsaid story of Intel, right? Intel used to be the king back then in the early 2000s. I remember when I got into PC building, at Athlon, you had your Core 2 Duos, Intel Pentium processors, right? Back then, we were saying 4 cores is enough for gaming and then some. Going into the 6 or 8 cores was more, again, kind of like now when we see those 16, 20, 30 core threads. Those are meant more for creators and things like that, and editors, right, that want to do all that. But for gaming, I think that spot has hit that 6 to 8 cores right now comfortably, and over the past 10 years, that's where you really want to be at minimum for gaming. 9800X3D, 7800X3D, 8 core parts, right? Super fast chips. So looks like that's where they definitely want to be at, recommended there. And those are the chips to grab if you're just looking to game. But don't forget, there are plenty of other manufacturers out there, right? And models, not other manufacturers, 2 different other options that you can go with, Intel or AMD. Intel's side of things, if you are wanting to go that route, definitely skip the 13th, 14th gen i7, i9s. Those guys have a lot of issues with oxidization and microcodes that cause a lot of degradation over time in use case with those 13th, 14th gen. Now, there are reports that the i5 13th, 14th gen and lower core parts there aren't affected by that due to the lower voltage and power that's required for these CPUs. So before you freak out, don't freak out on the 13th or 14th gen CPUs. Of course, there could still possibly be a risk, but at least from Intel right now, they're saying that the lower core parts aren't really affected. But for me, and for my recommendations for you guys, if you guys want to stick to Intel, definitely look into their 11th or 12th gen Core i7, Core i9 parts there. You can definitely utilize that, but they are outdated already. No support, at least in that platform, right, for upgradability, right? And of course, you can do the Core Ultra series that just came out a few months ago as well. A lot more efficient and more effective, slightly slower on the top end versus their i7 14700K CPU versus their Core Ultra 7 and 9 parts. A lot of reviews out there that test this stuff like that. So feel free to check them out if you want to. And of course, another good reason to build your PC here in 2025 is the style. Again, here we are. We have someone set up here from Reddit, man. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This dude's got 2 PC builds here, right? He's got one, like you can see the PC there on the back of his setup. And then of course you also have the setup underneath his desk there. I don't know if that's a fireplace. I think that might be a PC. I don't know. Let me know down below, guys, in the comments there. But another reason is you can definitely create a lot of cool spaces in your home or in your apartments or in your room to really make it your own. And this is a really extreme example of one, right? Something like this. Obviously, I have something similar to this, right? And it just shows you how far you can definitely take PC building and gaming and editing and whatnot to the tech now that you can versus back then. You had to do a lot of different weird things and not a whole lot of fun aftermarket support that you could do now, where you could just plug things into a USB and have a bunch of things, apps, things like that control your lighting, your displays and whatnot. So there's another reason there. So, and the biggest thing is the community. The PC community has grown so much, and in the space of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, things like that, you have way more opportunities to get help and other opinions. Some useful, some aren't, right? And it's a great space for people to learn, grow, and really develop their excitement and their peak and interest on the tech industry. And honestly, if you guys know where these characters are from, that's how I know you guys are OG, man. Come on. Like, the PC community is probably one of the best out there in the gaming industry, right? A lot of helpful people, and that's another reason why I've created my channel. Is a lot of these newcomers out here, right, and even some guys that have been in it a while and just have lost touch. I really want to bring a community in my generation to showcase what's changed, right? Like, I'm not 30 yet, close, but not there yet, and I really enjoy helping my friends and family decide on what PCs they want to build, what they should be looking at, and what things that they want to game on. So a lot of good things happening and things that I want to create for this channel this year on top of the gaming playthroughs that I do and to help grow the channel. So again, PC community, huge, love it. Another reason why to build a PC in 2025 and finally take that plunge into the community itself. So without further ado, guys, you guys know what it is. This is Red Zone signing off, keeping it real, keeping it hot, and keeping it raw. Your normal 9-to-5 guy, bringing you some high quality content for you guys to enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Hit that notification bell icon so you guys don't miss out on any new videos in the future. And you guys know what it is. I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.